You're here to learn how to get customers to buy your products online. My name is Steve J. Larson. I've made millions of dollars online and offline doing that very thing. I'm excited to teach it to you in this video. All right, in order to sell your product online and actually start getting a consistent cash flow, the first thing you have to realize is that selling a product online is actually an incomplete product. We don't actually sell products, okay? And I need you to understand a very key difference here. We don't sell products, we sell offers. There is a massive difference, and is one of the major reasons why people's stuff doesn't sell on the internet. It's not that your product isn't done, it's just not ready for the internet. And so that's what I want to show you how to do real quick here, okay? So first off, let's talk about what a product even is. A product is nothing more than a solution, right? You have a product and it equals a solution. Okay, the best products solve an actual legit problem, right? And they stick around for the longest. Apparently I can't write. Okay, when you're actually done solving something though, I want you to envision one thing here with me, okay? Let's say that you went out and you have an iPhone, and the first time you ever got an iPhone, that's solving a pretty intense problem. That's an amazing product, right? You have an iPhone. Can you remember what some of the questions were the first time you ever held an iPhone? You probably wanted to know how to make a call. You probably wanted to know how to text. You probably want to know how to silence the thing. I remember that was a thing I had to look up, right? There's a lot of education that you didn't know. You also probably had questions like, well, how do I charge the thing? I gotta buy headphones now too? This is the act of taking a product to an offer. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to think about your actual product, and I want you to think about, I call them follow-up problems. You are not just giving your customers a solution. You're actually handing them a bunch of problems they didn't have until they bought from you. And that's a big key piece to understand. Okay, you solve something, but it is the gift of entrepreneurship that also creates more follow-up problems post-purchase. For example, another example, you probably never had to figure out how insurance worked until you bought a car. You just didn't care. It was a follow-up problem you were forced to solve after you bought a car. When do I fill up gas? Where should I get gas? How do I maintain the thing? Okay, there's a lot of follow-up problems involved in every single product purchase. And this is where we take a product and move it to an offer. I first came up with this framework and formula when I was working for Russell Brunson at ClickFunnels, and I was trying to teach how to make offers sexier and more attractive on the internet and make things that were actually more sellable online. Okay, so what we do is we go through and we figure out, okay, here's my product. Post-purchase, what are all of the follow-up problems that my product is going to give people after they buy? This is where it becomes the money, okay? Check this out. What I do is I like to list a whole bunch of them out, right? So if there's the car example, oh my gosh, what kind of oil and when? Right, who should I go to maintain with it? What kind of gas? Where should I get that gas? I need insurance. When do I need to change the tires? It needs this kind of maintenance. How do I drive the thing? Oh, look at all these laws that are out there. Here's the ways to get a ticket. Here's how to go to jail, right? You're like, there's all these different problems that come. You never had those problems until you got your first car. Entrepreneurship and products is no different, all right? And so you have to take a moment. This is how we transition, again, from a product to an offer. I like to go in and rank the problems, okay? Not all problems pay the same when you solve them. So I need to go in and I'm going to rank, I'm going to say, okay, which of these problems would be valuable if I solved it? Okay? Oh my gosh, look at that one. First of all, what would the solution be? Yeah, that would be a sweet one. Ooh, I could solve that one. What if I created a little thing that was like, hey, here's how to get arrested. I don't know, right? Hey, here's how to go and get the best 5 car maintenance places in town. I'm going to give that to you as well as a face-to-face intro with each one of them. I don't know, I'm making it up. But you see what I'm saying? I like to go in and figure out what the follow-up problems are that my product purchase will create. I like to choose a few of them and check this out. The final transition from a product to an offer is I make the solution. Doesn't need to be expensive. Find a way to make it really, really cheap. In fact, I only choose it if it can be almost nothing for me to fulfill on, okay? Cost-wise. So I'm like, okay, here we go. Here's bonus 1, here's bonus 2, and here's bonus 3. All right, now when I buy the major product, yes, I get this, but I also get all of that. That is one step away from being an offer. Okay, I want to lead you to step 2 here on how to actually go sell your thing on the internet. Okay, how to get customers to buy your product online. First phase, answer some of these follow-up problems. Makes your thing way more valuable. Doesn't mean your cost has to go up though. The final move, and so I'm on to step 2 here with you, okay? So step number 1, turn your product to an offer. Step number 2, the final move that makes this an offer is we need to create a sales message. Too often, and come on, be honest, tell me in the comments, have you ever heard anyone say, the product is so good it sells itself? Dumb broke person advice, right? That is not true at all. No product is good enough to sell itself. Even Steve Jobs with the iPod the first time, remember he stood up and what did he say? 1,000 songs in your pocket. Now that's a very small sales message, but it's still a sales message. And so your product does not sell itself. It never will, and don't bank on that. So what we need to do is we need to create the sales message that creates desire for the product, which is now an offer. Okay. Now this all together, I call the offer. The message is part of it. But that first transition, just to recap again, product is a solution. What are the follow-up problems? Solve some of those. Add them back in as bonuses. You get all these things. Right. So for example, the iPhone. Oh man, I got to go buy headphones. Steve Jobs like, don't worry about it. I got headphones for you in the box. Oh my gosh, how do I actually go? And I don't even know how to make a call. Don't worry about it. We got these things that are sweet tutorials, but also there's these genius bars all over the place in our stores. They'll help you with anything. Plus we got all these videos. There's a lot of training for you there. Oh man, how do I charge it? Don't worry about it. Solve the fault problem. I included a free charger for you in the box. This makes sense. That principle doesn't change just because you're selling on the internet. Some of the fastest ways to increase revenues are just to do that very thing. So how do we create a sales message then? One of the easiest ways to create a sales message, and I've talked about this in a few other of my videos, feel free to skim my channel and go through and check it out. I've actually done a much more in depth of this, but just to go quickly, one of the easiest ways to create a sales message is to just think where somebody currently is and the fact that they want the outcome of your offer. You got to sell the outcome. Remember, right? You sell the hole, not the drill. Well, how do you do that? Well, the easiest script to use is actually called the origin story script. And it's the story of you taking the very same journey that they're about to go on. Right? And you're over here and you're coaching and coaxing them along saying, come over here, the outcome of this offer is so cool. I remember when I was in your position and I first started, I was like, man, I remember the first time I opened my flip phone, and flip phones were super cool, and I was opening them and I was flipping it, it's super awesome. But then I remember the first time I ever saw someone touch their phone, there was no buttons on the thing. Oh my gosh, what is that? And I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was crap. And then I was like, do I even know how to work that thing myself? And then honestly, do I have the money for that? If you've watched one of my other videos that talks about this, you've just heard me talk about the 3 phases you need to hit inside of a sales message. And all you're doing is you're telling a story of what it's like to be here. That's it. And the best one is your story. What was your story of going from here to here, from point A to point B? No outcome to outcome, right? Right, black and white, 5K, crystal clear, plasma screen TV, right? Right? That's basically what you're painting a picture. And so we're gonna tell the origin story. And that's the best way to create a sales message for your thing. How did you originally come up with the epiphany? Oh my gosh, I should get an iPhone or whatever, okay? My product is really cool. The first time I ever realized, oh man, I should create a workout course, or I should go and be a consultant. Whatever it is that you do, you somehow, somewhere had the epiphany. I should go into that. Why did you have that epiphany? And tell that story. It's one of the most natural ways to create desire for the offer you now sell. Yeah! All right, if you are loving this video, before I go on to the way to automate everything I'm talking about, hit that like and subscribe button. Tell me what it is that has given you an epiphany that will increase your bottom line. What have I just taught? What have you just learned that you know will actually make you more money? Love to see it in the comments. The final thing I want to go through with you, honestly, and how to get customers to buy a product online is one of the most powerful methods I've ever seen on the internet. And you have to understand that I want you to build what we call a sales funnel. Now, if you're not familiar with the term sales funnel, this is not a website. A website has a lot of ways you can lose the customer's attention. It's like, hey, come over here, come over there. It's like reading the newspaper headlines. Look at all these places I could turn to, right? That's not what you want to do in a sales funnel. A sales funnel has one way to move forward, that's it. So now that we've talked about the sales message and the offer, let's talk about where to put that stuff. And I'm not going to talk about some of these other here, but I am going to talk about this one right here. So you have created your offer, right? Here is your offer, and you've created a sales message. And it's on this order page, and now you're finally asking for money. So let me talk to you about the beauty real quick of this whole game and why a lot of us make a lot of money on the internet, and it's largely automated. Let's say that you went and you put this offer out there and it was $7. Now, on the very next step here, you're gonna put something out here and it was $20. Oh, you like this? Let me go ahead and upsell you to this next thing. What that does increases what we call the average cart value of the buyer. This is how a lot of us make a lot of money on the internet without borrowing cash for our ads or borrowing cash to go build the company. So let's say that we have 10 people who go through and, let's go a little higher actually. Let's say 100 people come through right here and see this page, and 10 of them end up purchasing. So if 10 people end up purchasing right there, right, we've now collected $70. And of the 10 who saw this, which is an upsell, let's say 2 buy, right? 2 people actually came through and purchased. That means we've collected another $40. Add it all together. What is that? I'm not bad at math up front here. Was that $110? That means we've collected, I'm jacking up hardcore with this. Stick with me, guys, all right? There's a reason I got all D's in high school in math, which should be comforting to you on the fact that you also can make millions on the internet. You don't need to know huge stuff with this, okay? If I've collected $110 inside this funnel right here, 110 bucks, but it's over 10 initial buyers. This is where the magic comes in. This puts my average cart value, right? 110 divided by 10 buyers at 11 bucks. Ooh, what did we just figure out here? Check this out. This puts me at $11. That means on average, right, even though 10 people came through and purchased, right, the main thing is only $7, but we're actually collecting an average of 11. That means there are $4 that I can go spend above my competition to still acquire a buyer at break even. That's the speed of the internet game. You want to figure out how to get customers to buy your products on the internet? Spend more than your competition in ads. If I can spend $50 to acquire a buyer and you can only spend $5, I'm going to wreck you, even if your product's better. Ooh, see, that's the name of the game. That's why this is such a powerful thing. We only look at 2 numbers in this internet game. Once you have a sexy sales message, a really amazing offer, put it and automate it inside of a sales funnel, and you spend traffic because you're trying to get your average cart value above your cost per acquisition. How much money does it cost for you to acquire a buyer? Because I have an upsell, I can spend $4 more than my competition and still be at break even. That's how we wreck this game. Hey guys, this is clearly a massive topic, and this video is a little bit longer on my channel than I usually like to do them. If you want to learn more of these strategies on how to fuel your sales funnel, how to actually get sales online and get attention, go to internetlaunchsecrets.com. The link is down below, and we have a free presentation for you there.